I don't know what I just saw, whether it was fake news or outright fraud, but it looks an awful lot like something I saw in March of 2020. A lot of people just lost a lot of money trading off of something that wasn't true, and it involves these two guys, White House National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett and Bill Ackman, and we're going to talk a little bit about him in just a minute. What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special, and at 10:13 a.m. Eastern Time today, we got this tweet from Walter Bloomberg. Hassett, that's Kevin Hassett, the National Economic Council Director, saying Trump is considering a 90-day pause in tariffs for all countries except China. Now, it's important to point out that this isn't Walter Bloomberg's opinion. This is a copy-paste job from a Bloomberg terminal headline. Now, the tweet went out about 10:13 a.m. Eastern Time, so it looks like a minute or two before that is when this streamed across the Bloomberg terminals nationwide. And almost instantly, the buying started. You can see here in the S&P 500 at 10:10 a.m. Eastern Time, right as that stream hits the Bloomberg terminals nationwide, the buying starts. The S&P would rally about 300 points in a span of about 5 minutes. Now, in case the tinfoil hat didn't quite give it away, you may have noticed I'm a little bit of a skeptical guy by nature. And so when I see market-moving headlines like that, the first thing I start doing is asking questions. And I started Googling Kevin Hassett and reading what he's been saying recently. And I came across this one in Barron's. Now, this article was printed just 1 hour before that Bloomberg terminal headline, Trump is doubling down, White House advisor says. A top White House advisor says that economists and investors are overreacting to the fall in global markets. I would urge everyone, especially Bill, referring to Bill Ackman, to ease off the rhetoric a little bit, White House National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett said on Fox News Monday morning. Investor Bill Ackman has called for a 90-day timeout on the new tariffs President Trump is set to impose. Now, right away, my skin started to crawl when I read this article in the context of that Bloomberg terminal headline from Kevin Hassett. Why would Kevin Hassett say, yo, Bill Ackman, chill out on this demand for a 90-day pause in tariffs, only an hour later to be quoted saying exactly what Bill Ackman wanted him to say? Now, if this is making no sense to you, it actually made perfect sense to me, but the problem is how it made perfect sense. You have to remember who Bill Ackman is. And for that, I would point you to this headline from March 25th of 2020. Bill Ackman warned, hell is coming because of the virus. He then pocketed $2 billion in bets against markets. You see, Bill Ackman is something of a legendary scumbag, in my opinion. During the height of the COVID hysteria, Bill Ackman went on CNBC in March of 2020 and said hell is coming and demanded markets be shut down. And he said stocks like MGM Resorts were going to zero because of the virus. Now, what Bill Ackman didn't say was that his hedge fund was buying stock in MGM Resorts hand over fist. And when everybody started panic selling MGM stock because of what Bill Ackman said on CNBC, Bill Ackman's firm was able to buy those shares very cheap and ended up making billions of dollars in just a couple of hours off of that trade. It was an unbelievably sleazy thing to do. Bill Ackman was never even investigated, let alone prosecuted for that. But luckily, CNBC has such respect for their viewers that they decided to ban Bill Ackman from CNBC for life as a warning to anybody who would come on the air and manipulate retail investors like that. Just kidding. They have Bill Ackman back on the air almost every day. So it took me all of 5 minutes to realize that this Bloomberg terminal headline was probably just a rumor, or worst case scenario, it was the second iteration of Bill Ackman's hell is coming manipulation. And so I tweeted this one out, be highly skeptical of this quote. An hour ago, Hassett told everyone, especially Bill Ackman, to chill on the rhetoric. Suddenly, he's supposedly saying exactly what Bill Ackman wants him to say. This stinks of hell is coming circa March of 2020. Now, Walter Bloomberg has since deleted his original post, and that's because about 60 seconds after I tweeted out to be highly skeptical of that headline, CNBC reported that no one in the White House is aware of the 90-day pause. It was fake news. And of course, as soon as that was announced, all those gains evaporated. The S&P went right back to where it was before that scrolled across the Bloomberg terminals nationwide. But somebody made a lot of money taking the other side of that trade during that run-up and subsequent sell-off. So, was this just an honest mistake? Did somebody at Bloomberg repeat the rumor mill and it turned out not to be true? Or was this another case of outright dirtbaggery from Bill Ackman manipulating the market while taking the other side of the trade? I don't know. He got away with it the last time, so why wouldn't he do it again? Either way, the lesson here, guys, is you have to be so careful trading off of these headlines or things that you hear on Twitter. When markets are this volatile and unpredictable, the dirtbags come out of the woodwork and they start milking retail traders for every dollar they can get. I'm sure we'll hear more about this in the days ahead, but for now, be careful out there, and until next time, live small and dream big.